What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing our Christmas horror movie reviews by talking about Better Watch Out. And this was a first time watch for me, and right out the gate I was very excited when I saw the cast because I did not know anything about this movie, but I saw the two leads from The Visit, a part of this film, and I personally enjoyed The Visit a lot. I know some people really didn't care for that movie. I have a great time with The Visit, so when I saw them on the cast, I was very excited to see them back together once again. And on top of that, you got Patrick Warburton, you got Virginia Madsen, so I was very excited to see what this movie had to offer going in blind. And I will say, this movie is a strong pro. I'm not saying this film is one that will be heralded as a great of all time. This is a movie that doesn't have anything glaringly bad or anything I dislike. It is just a fun watch, and I'm judging it strictly off the enjoyment I had from start to finish. It was a fantastic movie, and for the Christmas horror season, which usually you get cheesy, campy movies, this is one that put some effort in, put some time in, and really nailed that vibe, that feeling with the horror. And to start this movie out, the dialogue is what makes a lot of this movie work perfect. I mean, the opening scene, it's this kid playing with another kid, and he destroys his snowman. Goes, "You butt fucker." When you're a kid and you're away from your parents and you're a little older, you're cussing all the time. That's at least me and my friends where you think you're cool doing it. And that dialogue just continues from there. You've got 12 and 13-year-old boys who think they're alone in their room talking about trying to get with chicks. And off-the-wall things like, if it was in Home Alone and the paint can swung, would his head explode or would he fly across the room? Stuff like that. And then you have the dynamic of an 18-year-old babysitter with a 12, 13-year-old who the 12 and 13-year-old's thinking, I got a chance. I want to be with this girl. The 18-year-old knows that she's a babysitter. And the way they talk and their dynamic when things are good and when things are bad is perfect. I think it worked well with how they communicated and the atmosphere they were giving off and trying to play some mind games in this film. And I'm going to tell you right out the gate, I am going to spoil this movie. So if you haven't seen it, cut this off right now and go check it out because one is great, but two, I am going to ruin it. Another part of this dialogue has to do with Patrick Warburton and Virginia Madsen. They've got this little dynamic. They're not in this movie a lot, but the parts they're in make you laugh. And it feels right. Like there's a point where he's wondering why he can't put up his Christmas ornaments, and all he wants to do is put them up. And Virginia Madsen goes, have you ever sucked a dick before, like in college? Did you ever try it? And then the way he responds, he says, this bickering couple, he goes, I'm allowed to like gay things. And that is, just their little banter back and forth felt so genuine and funny. As this movie starts and you don't really know where it's going, you know there's some sort of break-in movie, something to that effect. It's a babysitter involved. They create a creepy atmosphere that made me think of The Strangers in a sense, which is a movie I really enjoy that I saw as a child, and I've loved it ever since. And those scenes of seeing someone in the shadows or their figure on the wall or this and that, this film really does do things like that, where a figurine might move from inside the house to outside the window. They just create this vibe of where, as a viewer, you know there's someone here and there's someone around in little subtle ways. It was almost even Strangers like in a scene where a pizza was delivered and they don't know who delivered it and they have a voice and you can't see their face. And it reminded me of the Tamra scene. And I'm about to start the major spoilers. So when the boys are in their room, they're talking about how fear induces lust and the same hormones that when you're afraid is the same when you're turned on. So you can tell that they're trying to plot how he can get with this babysitter. He wants to be with this babysitter. Babysitter comes over and he's trying to make his moves. She's not having any of it. Then these scary things start happening where you see shadows, hear knocks, all these different things. And the way the boy she's watching is acting, you can tell he's in on it. And you don't know if it's out of malice, like he's actually up to something evil, or if he's just playing a prank. You're not really sure because it is kind of twisted, but you think, okay, he's going to play a trick on her, try and get her lustful or whatever out of fear, and he's going to save the day. And they're really lobbing that softball to you. So as they're running and hiding, and he's got this whole elaborate thing of, I'm going to get this gun and save you, come to find out it's his friend fucking around, which you go, okay, that makes sense. But that's within 1/3 of the movie. So my first thought is that he set this up as a prank, they caught it, whatever, she's onto it, she's pissed, she's going to tell his parents, then someone is actually going to break in. Wrong. She goes running off to call the phone, and he's like, wait, please, don't leave me, Ash, don't leave me. And then as soon as she turns around, just smacks the shit out of her and she falls down the stairs. So now you know that this kid has some vile intentions. It went from a prank to try and get laid to this kid is on a different level. And his friend immediately is looking at him like, what did you do? That was not a part of the plan. So you can tell it's all in this one kid's mind. And this kid is such a pro. He plays so mischievous, evil, devious, little smirks he does, the way he talks to him. But he also has this childlike wonder to him where, yeah, there's a point where he's got her taped to a chair and he wants to feel her up. But when he does it, he goes from being evil to just a boy who touched his first boob and he's all choked up and doesn't know what to do and his voice is cracking. And the way he walks that tightrope throughout this whole movie is a huge element. And where the dialogue continues from where it just felt natural and real, now the babysitter who's tied up is talking down to him like a 12-year-old, trying to make him feel like a little boy, trying to make him feel small, like she's not intimidated. And their little dynamics back and forth. It's just really solid acting. I would love to know how much of this was improvised and how much was actually written out pen to paper. There's a point where he's jealous of her boyfriend. He calls the boyfriend over and he ends up tying him up. He's got plans to kill him. There's a turmoil going on with the two kids where you find out one of them has been, the killer is manipulating and lying and all this stuff to his friend. And he's had this whole master plan to kill the boyfriend. And the way he decides to do it is the reference that they made at the beginning where he's talking about, oh, I wonder if a Home Alone paint can would kill someone or not. So he ties this dude up and sends a paint can on a string right into this dude's face. And what they don't show you is what makes this kill amazing. Because you see the blood run down, you see the can swing, but they never show his face. You just have to know what happened. And he goes, oh my God, his face exploded. And you have to imagine it. And that way they set that kill up is the right way to set up kills that are off screen or they don't show you. They have to have a build up and you have to have that desire and that where whatever you think is worse than what they could have shown you. It was perfect. And they did a lot of that in this movie. He's killed this guy. He invites her ex-boyfriend over to create some more drama to try and stage this out because he's got it mapped out. He goes, he freaking hangs him in a nice brutal way where he has him write a note before he hangs him. His friend is thinking about helping to get her out and kind of touching her, and he just comes out of nowhere and sideline shoots him with a shotgun, kills his best friend. This movie's going full unhinged. He, at the end, stabs her, and you think, oh shit, he's dead. And this is maybe the only mixed review I have. The pros have been great to this point. The kills, how twisted and demented he is, how he turns into a little boy, what they do and don't show you on camera, everything is great. And he's just killed the babysitter, so you think. And he's cleaning everything up, and it shows little devious plans, his little ass putting shit back together, goes to sleep. And then at the end, they say there's one survivor when the ambulances are there, and they roll her out, and she flips him off. Solid ending. She's alive. But a little part of me wanted him to Damien this and just get away with it. I was torn. I was like, I don't know if I want him to have gotten away with it completely and just be a little Damien, or the fact that she's still alive. Just, I would want to know how the rest of this unravels. Because you do have a survivor now who can attest to everything that's happened because he's covered his bases from every single point from the beginning to the end where you're not going to get him if there's no one alive. But there is someone alive. So where's that going to go? And at the end, after the credits, he goes, Mom, can we go to the hospital and check up on her? I just want to make sure she's okay. And it leaves you wanting more. And the fact that no one talks about this movie, I haven't heard a thing about it. I've never even seen a trailer, nothing. For a Christmas horror movie, I don't know how this one has never been mentioned or brought up. I don't think it gets the respect it deserves. I think it is great. Again, is it going to be some heralded classic? No. And does it have any glaring negatives? No. It's just a movie you get that's a fun, hey, let's sit around, watch some kills, watch some gore, watch a twist. Let's see. And maybe as time goes on, mixed review, negative review. I don't know if it has the same rewatch value because you don't get those jarring twists and turns again. But I think it'd be just as fun watching it the second time. So let me know down below if you watched this, if you liked it, if you didn't. It does have a lot of cliches in horror that I could get a lot of people don't like. Some people could really care for this movie. Others could go, this is just some typical cliche trash. Did you like the acting? Did you not like it? What did you think of the kills? Do you wish they would have shown more? Put it all down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We got some more Christmas horror reviews coming on Tuesdays and Fridays. Mondays and Thursdays, I review music, and I'm doing the Kiss discography right now, so go check those out if you like Kiss. We got more coming. I love you guys. Peace.